Welcome back to the pig room, or welcome to the pig room if you are new here. We are starting off today's video in my living room. I just wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about what's happening in the pig room because there is going to be and has been a few changes. If you guys haven't been staying up to date on this channel or on my Instagram, you wouldn't know, or you would, that I recently rescued 2 guinea pigs. Their names are Leon and Mr. Styles. They came from a really bad situation, and I was lucky enough to go ahead and rescue them 2 hours away. So they've been in my care now for the last, I believe, 5 or 6 days. So we're approaching about a week, and I cannot express enough how much these boys have stolen my heart. Now, originally, my whole entire plan was to go ahead and rescue these boys, and then I had someone who was going to adopt them. She actually has 2 boys of her own, and she was going to actually put them side by side to her boys, both in 2 Midwest cages. But it's been a little bit interesting in regards to Leon and Mr. Styles' relationship. Now, again, I want to reiterate, Mr. Styles and Leon haven't really had a chance to understand what it's like to have a bond with another guinea pig or have a friend or a cage mate. Given that that cage was just so many levels, super small, one pig could only be on one platform at a time, there was no real opportunity or chance for them to really understand if they were pigs who are going to work well with each other. So they've been living like that for the last 2 years, and right off the bat, as soon as I put them into the cage, where you guys could see in my rescue video, there was a lot of dominance issues. There was humping, teeth chattering, launching. There was a bunch going on as if these 2 pigs were bonding for the first time. Now, that is to be expected right off the bat when you are bringing 2 new pigs to a new environment, but it was a lot more elevated in the sense because they were experiencing what it's like to really be in a good home for the first time. So I gave it a couple days to monitor them, and it just seems like they are 2 pigs who are going to work a lot better in a bigger cage. Now, the one that they're living in currently is a 2x4 CNC cage. The grids that I'm using are 14 inches, so it's actually a little bit bigger than the Midwest, which is where they were set up to go with their next owner. And I had to be honest with not only myself, but also with her, and do what was best for the pigs, and realize that that cage is not going to work for their personalities. They are pigs who I can see like to run around, do zoomies, play, chase each other. They are wired a lot of the time. So it's really up to me to give them the best life and also an optimal cage size. And I really do feel it in my bones that Mr. Styles and Leon need a really good amount of space in order for their bond to work. So I reached out to Courtney, who was the girl who was actually going to adopt these 2 boys, and I told her, hey, like, I'm very sorry, but I don't think this is going to work out because of their cage. I didn't blame her or anything. The setup that she actually has is all that she can provide a pig with, just because she has a custom table built for 2 Midwest. There's no real room for extension, so I kindly let her know that this is probably not going to work out and I would be keeping the boys. So surprise is out. Leon and Mr. Styles are going to be a part of the pig room family, totaling up my number of pigs to 16, which is crazy to say out loud. But honestly, at this point, when you have this many pigs, it really does not matter if you add 2, 3, 4. Kind of like the same workload in a sense, to me at least. So I really don't mind taking these boys in, especially because they are such sweethearts and I really do love them, even the amount of having them for only 5 days. And I just feel like they really do deserve to be spoiled to death. So they are going to be staying with us. Apologies for this lighting change. The white balance keeps getting screwed up. The clouds keep going in and out, so I apologize. It just got really yellow. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get upstairs to the pig room because we have a ton of stuff to do, guys. We are going to be doing an entire renovation of the pig room and actually changing the room that the pigs are actually currently in to a bigger one. So yeah, let's go upstairs, let's go say hi to the pigs, and I'll give you guys the rundown. Excuse the mess that is the pig room right now. I got like all this stuff on the floor, but as you guys can see, closet is for the most part cleared out, about 90%. So I actually moved all their stuff to my room. We've got Mr. Leon and Styles cage. We've got the 3 girls, the 2 boys, the 1 boy, 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 boy. So yeah, the setup is a little bit messy and kind of all over the place. Not only are we going to be doing a bunch of upgrades to this space, but we're really going to be trying to consolidate all these single pigs with each other. So I think I'm actually going to eventually bond Vision and Ezra within the next coming weeks, just because it's really hard to see 3 lone pigs without any friends friends, so I'm going to try my best in regards to getting any kind of pig a cage mate and hoping that Vision and Ezra work, and then possibly thinking about getting Jojo neutered, which is going to be another update slash video in itself. But for this video, we are going to be focusing on basically upgrading, changing, and renovating the pig room to a new room, which is actually right over there. That's my bedroom. You guys will see it in a bit. I apologize for the messiness and just how all over the place it looks. But the reason why I am actually changing this room is because obviously Mr. Styles and Leon were not planned. I was actually never planning on getting them. Right now they're behaving really, really well, but they need more space. I am a firm believer in, especially for boys, that they need to have at least a 2x5 CNC cage. A 2x4 is a really great space, I think, when it comes to females, but just because boys are a little bit more dominant and kind of more on the territorial side, it's definitely necessary for them to have a lot more space. So they are actually going to be an upgrade. I actually placed an order on Amazon for more grids, so those will be coming in, I think, tomorrow or the next day. But as soon as I receive them, they're actually going to be kind of added in onto these cages. So the room that all the pigs are going to be moving into is actually 3 feet longer. So this wall right here that you guys are set up against is 14 feet, and then the one that the big cage is against is 12 feet. And the room that they're going into, which is now my bedroom, is actually 3 feet wider. So they're going to be getting a 14 by 14 foot room, which is a little bit more space, but as you guys know, when having so many piggies, any amount of space is definitely necessary. I can already hear Leon and Styles teeth chattering, so they're definitely needing this upgrade as soon as possible. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cages, 2 lone pigs, 2 girls, and then 2 boys on the bottom. Everyone, for the most part, has a 3x6, minus the 2 boys down here. My 3 girls have a 3x7, my 2 boys have a 3x4, Ezra has a 3x3, and then they're in a 2x4. Everyone is in a decent sized cage for the amount of cage mates that they have, but I really do love the idea of spoiling my pigs and making sure that I'm giving them the most amount of space that I can possibly provide. I am, however, just wanting to keep everything kind of relatively the same. That way I can avoid cutting more chloroplast, because it takes a while and took me a while to do this, and I'm not really in any kind of mood to just cut out so many more pieces of this for every single cage. So I'm going to salvage as much as I possibly can from what I already have material wise. So welcome to the messiness that is my room. You guys have probably never, well, you actually have seen it in the background, but you guys have never really seen an overview of what everything looks like. I actually ended up organizing some of this closet space last night. I actually organized all of their drawers as well, so everything is nice and orderly. These are all of their items in regards to like medical stuff, extras, toys, bowls, water bottles, cleaning supplies, and then a bunch of paper towel rolls. And then I actually ended up moving all of their items that were in their closet over there into my closet. So they got their fleece items, they've got tunnels, bedding, all kinds of things that I use on the daily for the pigs when I'm doing cage cleanings and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys can tell on camera, but this room is actually 3 feet longer, so I've got 3 more feet of space this way. So having these extra 3 feet is really going to help me out in doing a semi-cage extension, because as we know, my single boys live in 3x3, so providing them with a little bit more space, hopefully a 3x4 is going to work out a lot better. This is a 8 foot by 3.5 little nook in my room where my bed is currently, and I was thinking of actually placing a cage right here. My girls are currently in a 3x7, so having this 8 feet plus a little bit inch-wise is going to help me provide them with an extra cube, and this is going to allow also for the bottom boys to have another cube of space as well, so everyone gets a fair amount of space for how many pigs are living with them, which is really nice. So 1 cage is going to go here. I think this works out a lot better because it's just going to be tucked away in there, and I think it's really cozy with having these arch ceilings right there. And then on the opposite messy side, it's so much stuff, I got a wig right there. This is where the long cage is going to go. I am going to make a 3, I believe, by 14 cage. So right now I have a 3x12, so it would stop like right here, but adding on those 2 cubes is going to bring it about right there. And again, guys, I just want to provide the most amount of space as possible for the pigs, and also having added Leon and Mr. Styles to the family, I definitely am in need of this, and it's just going to work out a lot better. I don't have that much stuff in my room in regards to like furniture. It's really just my dresser and my desk and my mirror that take up the majority of space. I just have all of this floor space, and I definitely think it's going to be a lot better used by the pigs, so I think this move is the right thing. When I first moved into this space, I actually originally planned in my head to have the pigs in this room and my bedroom being in there, and we're doing it now. It's going to be a little bit of a pain just because those cages are massive, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit of deconstruction, which I'll actually show you guys how that's all happening, because if you guys hadn't figured out by now, those are 3 width cube cages, so they are let me see if my math's correct, 36 inches long, and those doors right there are about 2.5 feet wide. So that is not going to work in regards to squeezing those cages through the doors without having to deconstruct anything. So I sat with myself for like hours upon hours trying to figure out what could work. I thought I had to deconstruct everything, but come to find out, I only have to do a minimal change in regards to the cages and deconstructing, and I can kind of just slide them in here in one easy go with keeping a majority of the cages together. So that makes me feel really, really happy, and I'll show you guys how that's happening in there in a bit. I am really excited for this to go down. I have my work cut out for me, but I definitely know this is going to be an enjoyable video for you guys, and I know you love seeing cage renovations and upgrades, and I also love them myself. So this is going to be, mark my word, the biggest upgrade I have done so far, but it's going to be super fun and definitely worth it. So as I mentioned before, I have 3 width cube cages. I am absolutely obsessed with this size. I was actually between a 2 width cube cage and a 3 width cube cage, and I'm really happy I ended up doing the 3 because a lot of my pigs are crazy. They love to run around and do zoomies, and just having this extra cube of space really does allow them to just run around freely without having to bump into any other pigs. So I'm going to keep it this way. It's going to stay like this, just a little bit larger lengthwise, but my whole entire plan for deconstructing these cages and not having to do everything, just like taking off all the cubes and reconstructing it from start, I can actually end up taking a layer of 1 cube off and being left with this layer right here. So what this is going to do, if I actually take off these cubes right here, which I like to call the walls right there, I am going to be left with a 2 by 3 width cube cage. Now, as I said before, this door is 2.5 feet wide, and these grids are 12 inches, so that's 2 feet right there. So I can actually, having removed this wall right here, flip this cage onto its side right here. So the 2 width cube is going to be on the top, and the 3 width cube is going to be right here, and then actually end up just sliding that all the way into that right there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to remove the pigs while I do this entire process, take out the chloroplast, remove all the items and the water bottles and stuff. So that's probably actually going to be more of a pain than the actual moving of the cage itself. But again, if that means not having to deconstruct everything, that's going to make my job in life a lot easier. I still actually have to donate this to the SPCA. We're gonna roll up this. We're going to kind of combine all of this stuff, maybe put this into my room right now, fix up my room. We're going to do a lot of things. It's going to be a lot of time lapses, but I will obviously check in with you guys throughout the process. So let's get started.
But it's so much harder than it
just wanted to check in with you guys and show you the progress that we've made so far. I want to say this took us, like, moving this cage in here about a little over an hour. It actually wasn't as hard as I expected. It was actually pretty easy. I think because when I first constructed this cage, when I was moving all the pigs into this, I zip tied a lot. So there wasn't really much for us to do other than just kind of cleaning out the cages, removing everything, and then dragging it in here and just reassembling it. So for the most part, it was actually very simple. All of the pigs are in the exact same layout. So I have Teddy, Kyle, and Eris up here, Winston and Kai, and then Ezra. Probably gonna hang out that little lantern light right here just because it's a little dark in here. I am probably going to be doing another cube extension on this one. So instead of a 3x7, it's gonna be a 3x8. And then after I do that cage extension by 1 cube, I can actually end up giving the single pigs a 3x4 instead of a 3x3. So more than likely I'll move Vision over here and then Ezra right here, keep them right there. So that way they can be neighbors for a little bit, get an understanding of who each other is, and then think about bonding them in the future. And then if it goes well, just remove that divider right there. Here's what we're looking like in my room so far. It is so messy. I just have all of my stuff thrown to one side. As you can see, a lot more room having that cage out of here. Then we just got to do the big one right here. Oh goodness, I do not know how this is gonna go. Just given that the divider is right here and I hope nothing collapsed. So I think we're gonna do the same process with making sure everything is zip tied before we actually carry it over into this room, because I really want to make sure nothing falls apart. And as you guys could have saw also, I ended up putting the pigs in playpens or carriers just because if anything was to happen, they would be completely safe. And then because I haven't gotten the grids yet, the new ones that I ordered from Amazon, they are probably going to end up staying in here, or I'll move them in that room, but they're just gonna have the same cage until we get something set up. I'm not entirely sure of what the layout's gonna be in kind of like combining them into one of these cages, but I will obviously figure that out in time. I really want to do a lot of decorating as well. As you guys could see also, like, not a lot is going on here in regards to art and stuff. So I definitely want to amplify my room in regards to making it a little bit cuter and personalized. But yeah, here is the progress we have made so far. We're gonna go get some lunch. I'm starving, Andy's starving. We're gonna take a little short intermission and then get some food in our bodies so we can fuel up for handling this one. We obviously have to do the really big cage, which I don't know how it's gonna go. That's the one that I'm like sort of nervous about just because it's so large, and I think like turning it on its side is going to be interesting. So let's hope for the best. I wish my cameraman would like point the camera at me because he's like looking out the window. Right now, I'm not super focused on kind of figuring out where everyone's gonna go. I just wanna get everyone in the room. And then once I see the cages in my room and given the space, I think I can have a better understanding as far as like where everyone should go. And I think we're probably gonna end up moving my bedroom stuff into the room, right? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it'd just be easier for us to get it all done today. I honestly am pleasantly surprised that we're getting it done this fast. I really thought it was gonna take like 2 to 3 days, but it seems like it's only gonna be like a 2-day job, maybe like a 1.5. So I'm excited for all this. Let's go get food. I'm hungry, and then I'll talk to you guys after.
Don't stop.
Slowly but surely, we are making progress. All of the pigs are in their carriers. We're just going to detach these two and then start bringing in these two cages into my room. The piggies are going absolutely crazy, which means it is past due veggie time because this makeover took way too long. So I'm just gonna feed them with you guys. So right now you'll get a little sneak peek. Want your pepper? Want your pepper? There you go. Here you go. Where's Ashton Bill? Good boy. There you go. Hey. Yummies. Come here, buddy. Good boy. JoJo's making a mess out of your house, as per usual. Good boy. So we've got our girlies. 1, 2, Mrs. Kyle. There we go. We got Kai and Winston. There you go. We got Ezra, and then we've got Leon and Styles. And you guys know what time it is now. You know what happens in the pig room around this time. Mr. Styles, you want some veggies? What's this? Come here, good boy. Oh, good boy. So as you make your way into the new pig room, you will see that it's pretty much relatively the same layout as we had it before, but we have so much more room over there. So this cage was basically filling up the entire wall, but now we have all of this space right here, so 3 more feet, actually maybe a little bit more, because I think I can actually extend this cage by 3 more grids, which would be absolutely amazing. It would work out even better than 2 grids. So to our left, walking into the pig room, we have our lovely ring light, but other than that, we have our hay, pellets, and then our trash can. This is all subject to move. Obviously with Leon and Styles, they're going to actually be inside of this cage, and this isn't going to be in here. So more than likely, this is probably gonna get moved over there. So we've got Lennon and Willow, Toby and Ashton. I actually have to put Toby's sign right there from Alyssa. We've got Caroline and Wanda, Vision and JoJo. So everyone is in the exact same layout. They all got a fresh, clean cage with nice, fresh fleece. This was actually the biggest load of laundry I have ever done. Usually when I do cage cleaning days, I will actually split up half and half. And this time I did every single one. So I have about 4 loads of laundry to do. I also got this fleece from the dollar store. It's super cute. It's got rainbows. Also this one as well. It's the same pattern, but just with yellow. We've got Toby and Ashton down here with their nice setup. And then we've got Vision right here. The Christmas lights are actually going to be on the inside. I just figured I would put them there for the time being. So we've got Vision's cage right here with his usual setup on the nice shark fleece. And then we have got his neighbor JoJo right over here as well. What are you doing, bud? Hi. Do you like your new setup? Yeah? Oh, hi, buddy. And he's got his little hanging toy right here, which is probably a little bit too high for him to actually reach, but I thought it kind of looked cool. And then we've got Leon and Mr. Styles right in this cage over here. Got some fleeces hanging up right there just because Kai is crazy, and as soon as he has a new boy in the room, he goes crazy and takes it out on Winston. So putting these up will help me to not let that happen, and they will keep Styles and Leon from getting into any trouble when it comes to seeing the other boys. So yeah, they're gonna be right here, right in the dead center of the room, but for the time being, it does work out. They have been getting along a lot better since the whole fiasco with the whole first day bonding, second day bonding situation. So I'm really happy to see them getting along a lot better. And then we've got Mr. Ezra over here in his 3x3. He was actually living next to Leon and Mr. Styles, so this kind of works out fine. So he definitely knows their smell by now. Then we've got Winston and Kai over here. I am looking to upgrade their cage to a 3x5, maybe even a 3x6, depending upon how much I can actually upgrade this cage to over here. So we will see in the near future. We have my 3 girls up here. We've got Kyle, Teddy and Eris. They're just munching down on their hay, and this is their setup right here. Again, clean cage. They absolutely love when I put pieces of fleeces over their cage. They can just kind of run through that, and also it's super dark and cozy. And then we've got their storage right here, and then we've got my closet right here, which I showed you guys earlier. That's super organized. But here is another overview of the pig room. It looks so much better now that they are in this bigger room. I'm really happy with it because I know it's going to be a lot easier filming in this room. Whenever I would set up to film, especially when it came to sit down videos, it it would just be super tight in there, and I would always be tripping over lights and camera stuff and tripods and all kinds of things, and just having this extra room in here is going to help me out immensely, creating more content for you guys a lot easier and stress-free, so I'm really happy with doing this change. As you could probably tell by how crazy I look, it's usually how I start looking by the end of these cage renovation videos, but I am done here. My job is done. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching yet again another cage renovation video. I want to say this is probably the last one, but I already know that I'm going to be doing another slight upgrade with Leon and Styles, so I can't say it yet, but probably after that one, that will be the last one. So anticipate another cage renovation very, very soon. As soon as my grids get here, I will definitely be filming that video, but I kind of just wanted to end it here just because I think this video is long enough. Also, can we just take a moment? Lennon is loving this little dog bed that we got from Walmart. She is absolutely a snuggle bug in there. She's so cozy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it also helps me out in making these videos for you guys. Make sure to go follow me on my Instagram and also my soon-to-be Patreon. What else is there? Subscribe. Go check out my Etsy shop. Plenty of things that you guys can go buy over there for your piggies, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.